Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a project in ArcGIS Pro. If you're not in my class, I don't think you need to watch this video. If you are in my class, this will be your first look at ArcGIS Pro. Be aware that this software is probably only available on lab computers. It is probably not available on your laptop. So you'll need to be working in the lab whenever you're doing ArcGIS Pro. Also be aware that as usual, we're going to be downloading data from a file server. And most likely you want to be working in your mid-files network workspace. However, if you choose to, you can work on a portable hard drive as well. And so currently that data is located at this web address if you need it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is actually go open ArcGIS Pro. And that's going to be under the Start menu, wherever you can find it. And I usually just type in ArcGIS Pro here, click once to open the software, and once it boots up, we're going to be creating a new map. This will bring up a blank map and a new project. So we're going to give this project a meaningful name. In this case, I'll call it Lab 5 Crown Point. Importantly, we're going to leave this checked, create a new folder for this project. And we'll see why this is important in a minute. However, we do need to tell it where to create this new folder, and this is very important. So we're going to browse for this. If you're a student and you want to be working off the network, the best place to set this up is in mid-files, and you're going to find that under this PC. And mid-files drive should be mounted. Then you're going to go to Classes, choose the correct semester, in this case spring 23. Choose the correct class. You may see all of your classes listed here. So this is going to be 322A. Choose workspace. And then within this you'll find your own personalized folder. If your name is Elise C, you would choose this folder. And within this you would then create a new folder, which in this case I'm going to name Lab 5 Crown Point. And so once you've created that, you'd go in there and then you hit OK. And so now what's going to happen, it's going to create a new folder right there. In my case, I'm going to need to do this in a different file path, so I'm going to pause the video briefly. Okay, well, I forgot to come back on in time, but I set the file path and I hit OK. And it should have brought you through to this map project. Now there's one thing that we now need to do, which is to go into that folder that you just created. And so here we're going to be using the File Explorer tool, these folders. And if you go into where you just created that folder, in your case you should just have this folder that you just made. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go download that zip file right in there. So we're going to need to actually hit that and download that, and we're going to save that into the folder we're actually going to save it into the folder you just created. So I'll pause and do that. Okay, so I downloaded our zipped lab data. And notice I put it into the folder I had just created in ArcGIS Pro. Now here it is, it's a zip file. I'm going to need to right click it, and I'm just going to put extract all, and I'm going to get rid of this last folder part so it extracts directly into this folder that we created. Not a big deal if you don't nail that part. So this will take a minute to extract, and then what we can do is delete the zip file so we don't leave that behind. So I'll just hit delete here. And I guess we do now have kind of a folder within a folder, but hopefully that's going to work out okay. All right, so now that our data, and just to show you a little bit what's in that folder, we have data. And in here we have our different types of data. So we basically put that data into the relevant folder where ArcGIS is going to know to look for it. Now we're going to come back into our ArcGIS project, and we're going to go ahead and start adding data into the project. So that's going to be over here on this Map tab, and we're going to use the Add Data button and then choose Data. And the nice thing about doing it the way we did is that now, right under here, under Project Folders, this folder we just created is here, and the data that we unzipped is now in here. So within data, we can find, in particular, the first thing we're going to add is our world view images. These are bands 1 through 8 of the world view image. Let's see. Can't do that as a folder, but I guess I can multi-select over here and just hit OK. I am not going to compute statistics on these. Just hit No. All right, so here's the 8 bands of our WorldView 2 satellite image. The next thing I'm going to add is the canopy height layer. So that's here under Data LiDAR. And we'll add that. And you can see here the canopy height layer. White colors are high canopy heights up to 100 feet. Black colors are low canopy heights, down around 0.01. And the final thing I'm going to add is our shapefile showing the study area. And that's going to be here under the shapefiles folder, CP study area. So we'll get that added. And actually, while we're at it, why don't we add, well, let's just do the study area. Okay, so this is just a polygon showing the actual study area. In order to make this transparent, I'm going to double click here on the color, and we'll just choose a simpler color scheme that has a black outline. Uh-oh. Well, nobody said ArcGIS Pro was perfect. So hey, let's end this video here, and if your software has not crashed, you can save your project and we should be ready to go on to the next video. The save button is in the top left-hand corner of the screen.